Hey guys, it's Anthony Bandier here, bringing the Roadside Chat. This question comes from an officer from Tennessee, and he says, hey, look, I'm just looking for some case law regarding walking a canine in the hallways of motels, right? So I could not find a specific case from Tennessee, but I certainly have cases from around the nation, which I think would be relevant for this discussion. Now, I have not found any case or any court that has held that running a canine in a hotel or motel hallway is a search under the Fourth Amendment. And the one counter argument is that we have a case called Jardines. It's a U.S. Supreme Court case where the court held that bringing up a drug canine to a person's home to sniff their door was a search in the Fourth Amendment. But remember, the distinction there is that the home had curtilage. They had expectations of privacy there, right? But a person staying in a motel or hotel, they don't have an expectation of privacy in the hallway out in the room, right? They are just guests there. This is not their permanent domicile. Oh, but Anthony, some places, they do stay there forever in their hotels, but they can have these long-term stays. Well, we'll have to deal with that case when we get it, but that might be a hard sell as well. So here's a couple cases from Florida. This is a case called Chef v. State, and it's a case from 1974, right? It says a hotel or motel room is considered the private dwelling of the occupant so long as he or she is there legally. And the occupant is entitled to the same rights inside the hotel or motel as a resident inside a private dwelling. So we start with that proposition that though they're staying at the Motel 6, while they are lawfully present, they are certainly afforded a very high degree of protection. However, in a case called Brant versus State, a case out of Florida as well, areas which are outside a hotel room, such as hallways, which are open to the use by others, may not be reasonably considered as private, as they are public areas where the officers have a right to be present. Now, I have another case where the court said in a case called Nelson versus State, another Florida case, it says, as in this case, the police conducted a sniff test in the hallway outside the appellant's hotel room and used the K9's positive alert to obtain a search warrant for his room. The district court affirmed the denial of the motion to suppress, rejecting his argument that the police did not have a right to walk the hotel hallways in the search of drugs, right? Now, the court recognized the general rule that the constitutional rights that are applied to occupants of private dwellings also apply to hotel guests. We've already talked about that. It is their temporary home. But found that the rule inapplicable because the appellant did not have a valid expectation of privacy in the areas outside the hotel room. So that's the rule. Again, I have personally never seen a court say that the hallway outside of a hotel room has an expectation of privacy and you cannot run a canine. Just get permission from the motel, the clerk, and so forth. But before we go, it is worth touching upon the difference between apartments. Many states, not all, and maybe not most, but many states are pushing back on running canines in front of an apartment door. Okay, even if that hallway is kind of a common area. Now, push comes to shove. Do I think that the U.S. Supreme Court would hold that hallways in apartment complexes are curtilage? No. Private areas? Probably not, especially if the cops are lawfully present. They didn't have to trespass to get in there. It's a hard sell for the court to be like, you can't run that dog and that the person has that level of expectation of privacy. What I think is happening to some degree is that these judges know that you cannot run that same dog at a home that has curtilage. But you could run that dog in many states in the apartment hallway. And I think they just feel bad, right? They just feel like, hey, why does the person in the apartment where it is their home, they are a tenant, it's not like a guest at the Motel 6, why do they get treated fundamentally different because they can't, I guess, afford their own home? And I think that has a part to play in it, even though they'll talk about expectation of privacy. But that's for another day, all right? So in summary, running drug canines in a motel or hotel hallway is lawful, but make sure that you're lawfully present, you have permission to be there, and you're not trespassing. Okay? All right. If you like what we're doing here at Blue to Gold, I do ask a favor, okay? Number one, hit the like button. It does help YouTube to show these videos to more people like you. Number 2, please subscribe to the channel. We pump out a few videos a week. We're not going to blow up your YouTube stream notifications. And finally, share with your friends so that they can get this knowledge and make good case law. Until next time, my friends, stay safe, and I appreciate it.